February already, my dudes. It appears that this year is going by really fast too. Not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan. Okay, let's blast some music here. Let's go to Ordon Village. It was nice. It was nice in here. Is this too loud? Maybe a little bit too loud. Lower it a little bit. Oh man. I don't know what I'm doing, but I can tell you. Right now. My right shoulder, not good. Not good. It's really bad today. I don't know why. I've been trying to change a little bit my payloads and whatnot. Let's see if that helps. I think it helps. It is still really bad. Oh my god. Gonna complain a lot today about that, probably, so please bear with me. Anyway, we have some weird stuff for today. What else is new? Apparently, Nvidia had a massive crash as the stock market. Not only Nvidia, but most notably Nvidia. And it's of notice, I suppose, because it's always has been like a really safe investment. It was always going up. And then we had the massive crash. We'll get into that in a little bit. And there's some other stuff we can take a look at first. Let me bring up my browser here. I need to rename some of this stuff, not gonna lie. So, apparently, there has been a data breach. I don't know if it was hacking or not. On Crunchyroll. Do people understand now why I hate them? They're not good and they're not safe. So let's bring this up here from Niche Gamer. Niche Gamer. Fact check. Crunchyroll didn't change their terms of service. It's always been bad. Did you think I was joking? No, it's really bad. It's always been bad. Crunchyroll has recently come under fire due to an alleged data breach where users' credentials were posted publicly on social media by an individual. And there's some theories out there that even Asmongold got affected by this. Because apparently there's a hacked on Twitter, and apparently the hackers were trying to push some sort of meme coin. That's not real. I'll never fall for it, okay? We're starting really spicy here. Crunchyroll has denied that there was a data breach, claiming that the leak had nothing to do with their systems, and the accounts were compromised due to account sharing, and appeared to imply user negligence was to blame. Even though this is possible, this coming from Crunchyroll, I will never believe. I will never believe them. They are that trashy. We're aware that login credentials for several streaming services, including Crunchyroll, were posted on social media and have resolved the issue. I think you're missing a subject here. Is that just me? We have secured the affected accounts, investigated the situation, and determined that there is no evidence that Crunchyroll systems have been compromised. Crunchyroll encourages subscribers to diversify and change passwords regularly. Fair. And keep them confidential. For any questions regarding account security, fans can visit our customer service help page. And sure, I can believe, because everyone does this, right? That Crunchyroll encourages subscribers to diversify and change passwords regularly. Sure. Nobody does that. Okay? Nobody does that. It's so annoying. And I understand that not doing it is actually a problem. But that seems... Crunchyroll trying to evade the accusations, you know? However, fans were quick to notice the phrase in Crunchyroll's terms of service, which at a glance appears to remove any responsibility from Crunchyroll when accounts are compromised. Possibly, even a data breach where they're at fault. Wow. Crunchyroll being scummy? Did you think I was joking? I wasn't. It is that bad. Well-intentioned fans were quick to notice the phrasing, but are erroneously associating it with the recent update to the TOS. Thanks to the Internet Archive, which apparently it's up and running again, thank goodness, we can see a variation of the offending phrase has been part of Crunchyroll's TOS since its earliest snapshot in 2008. I don't know too much about Crunchyroll's history. Were they still in 2008 a piracy website? That would be really funny if that was the case. You are responsible for safeguarding and maintaining the confidentiality of your username, password, and corresponding Crunchyroll account information. You are not to disclose your password to anyone. You agree that you are entirely and solely responsible for any and all activities or actions that occur under your Crunchyroll account, whether or not you have authorized such activities or actions. If it was, you know, a little bit of faffo, I think it's fine. This is not the case. All activities or actions under your Crunchyroll, whether or not you have authorized such activities or actions, that's messed up. Sure. If you keep sharing the password, something bad may happen. This is not just that. That's the problem. Admittedly, these kinds of clauses are relatively common and enable Crunchyroll to apply consequences, and even if someone says, "Oops, my account got hacked, that wasn't me," instead of doing something like dropping spoilers in the episode 1 comments. Regardless, it's a poor look for Crunchyroll as fears of potential data breach, having stalked by the recent leak of passwords. Yeah? Yeah, what did you expect? Did you think I was joking? No, Crunchyroll is ass. It's always been ass. And it's not gonna get any better, let me tell you. Also have this on the side. Did we take a look at this now? This is from last week, but I think it's funny. But Walsh attacks anime gang, says men who like it are morbidly obese. And I've seen these going down on them Twitters, and it was kind of funny. You had Mod Walsh being like, "Oh no, you don't understand. It was joke. It was funny joke, man." I haven't seen his video. I don't follow his videos too much, to be fair. But at the same time, he's the kind of guy that's extremely boomerish. He's, what, 37, 38, going into 65. He is that kind of guy. He even looks old. Come on. Sure, let's take a look. You know what? Sure, let's take a look. I think we have time. It's loading, guys. There you go. I don't know what's loading slowly, but it's loading. Right-wing pundit and Delaware host Matt Walsh has been attracting controversy by once again making inflammatory statements against anime fans and gamers. The most depressed of all, as per usual. If you think the right wing likes you, no, it's just the convenient alliance. At least right now. This expression is not fully that flattering, I don't think. But it could be way worse. It started earlier this week, the anniversary of Matt Walsh's infamous statement that anime is satanic. I remember that one. Let's take some time to reflect on this moment, and choose to double down, saying that yes, anime is probably satanic, or at least Satan influenced. How is this guy just in his late 30s? If he was like 50, I would understand. God, this is insane. However, he says that he no longer believes men who watch anime to be a genuine threat to society. Maybe you should. Maybe I'm too dangerous to be let loose, Mad Walsh. You don't know that. But only because they're all overly obese. I... I don't think so. I don't think so. What did he mean by this? Also, I'm seeing way too many anime fans lately on Twitter being absolutely ripped, okay? Not even just laying or whatever. No, literally ripped. And they're going to rip you apart. It's not a threat. Thing observation. Even more fragile than social justice warriors on the left. What a stupid thing to say. Not only this is wrong, you're shitting on some of your allies, ideologically wise. Why would you do that, Matt Walsh? Stop being a fucking boomer. You absolute buffoon. Once said to the team, then compared men who watch anime to an inflated Aunt March from Harry Potter. Okay. A nasty woman who is inflated with so much air that she becomes a balloon and, in the movies, floats out of the house. In other segments on his show, and in the shows following the initial statements against anime fans, Walsh doubled down his related pop culture takes and superly took to task conservative fans of his who spend all day watching anime and being attracted to underage anime girls. Bad Walsh. Being an anti is never a good look, especially if you try to crusade against lolly stuff. That usually ends up really bad for the accuser. Happens a lot. I don't think this guy is a pedophile. I wouldn't want this guy to be a pedophile either. It's just an observation. Veteran passed the statements that anime is degenerate and is inappropriate for grown-ass men to be enjoying. Walsh made it clear he wasn't apologizing or retracting any of his previous statements against this segment of pop culture. Right wing, stop trashing on culture. Stop trashing on hobbies. That's why young people are so fucking captured by the left. How is this so difficult to understand? It shouldn't be. But some of Walsh's fans agree, calling anime woke. Woke? Woke? How? Others have called him out for needlessly alienating segments of his base. Understandable. After watching Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in the past few months, Walsh also has been warring with fans of the film, calling it one of the worst children's films ever made and saying it was inappropriate both for children and adults. I haven't seen 3, I've seen 1. See, I think 1 was okay. So... what's going on here? I would like to know. What are these guys' pastimes? Because I don't understand. Also, to be fair, anime is not just for kids. It's 2025 and this keeps happening. I don't get it. Oh, it's cartoon, it has to be for kids. Anime is much more interesting and much more deep than whatever slop the West is concocting nowadays. And do I have to repeat myself? I think I have to every single time. I remember back in the day was 20 years ago, maybe a little bit over 20 years ago. There was that same sentiment around here. Oh, it's cartoons, so it is for kids. It is not. They were airing literal hentai. That's not for kids, that's for adults. And sure, you can morally crusade against hentai too if you want, because it's pornography, sure, whatever. It's not for kids. It's not for kids. Also, how about seinen? How about dark fantasy? Just to give you a few examples. That's pretty good. I don't think that's for kids. Kids shouldn't be watching or reading that. But they keep trashing anime, they keep trashing games. They can never be hip with the kids. And calling anime woke, it's pure insanity. How the fuck is it woke? What does woke mean in this context? I don't understand. They're just saying shit. They're just saying bullshit right now. I don't get it. God, this was way worse than I expected. Should I be surprised? I don't think so. But it is still disappointing, okay? God, what the hell? God fucking damn it, Matt Walsh. Stop being like that. What do we have here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is also kind of no-ish, I suppose. That's more like standalone stuff, so sure. From Eurogamer, Ubisoft announces studio closure as it lays off 185 staff. Limited closures targeted restructurings hit other teams. Surely this has nothing to do with them crashing and burning for years at this point. Have you seen the new stuff from Assassin's Creed Shadows? It's not looking good. It's not looking good. People are really pissed off. So you can kill civilians. You can kill, well, not kill, but you can completely trash shrines. But you cannot kill merchants? White privilege strikes again. Some people have been saying they were French merchants, which doesn't make any sense. The original said Portuguese, which would be Portuguese. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know, man, I don't know. Have you also seen the sumo woman? Surely a woman back then could be a rikishi with no problem, huh? Doubtful. Doubtful. Have you seen the massive bugs the game has? That's also worrying. Look, they're killing a guy, and the guy's just standing there. Not even deposing, which is funny, but he's just standing there. Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster. But it's work in progress. This game should have released in October. What's going on? I say hey. Well, we'll see what happens. Ubisoft is set to close its UK studio based in Leamington. It sheds 185 jobs across the business. I think Leamington is UK? Remember reading about that. I'm not so sure. Small number of Leamington staff will be retained under remote contracts. Additionally, Ubisoft office in Dusseldorf, formerly Blue Byte, Stockholm, and the Newcastle-based Ubisoft Reflections will be downsized. Okay. It's not looking good, guys. More layoffs are coming. I wonder why. As part of our ongoing efforts to prioritize projects and reduce costs to ensure long-term stability at Ubisoft, we have announced targeted restructurings at Ubisoft Dusseldorf. God, it sounds so much like a fantasy name. Ubisoft Stockholm and Ubisoft Reflections, and the permanent closure of Ubisoft Leamington site. Ubisoft spokesperson said in a statement to Eurogamer. Unfortunately, this should impact 185 employees overall. We are deeply grateful for their contributions and are committed to supporting them through this transition. The transition. Stunning and brave. Hold up, I think it's a transition to being unemployed. Founded in 2002 as freestyle games by a group of former Rare and Codemasters veterans. Rare? God, what a disaster. Ubisoft Leamington had most recently worked as a support studio in the Time Clancy's The Division series. Wasn't The Division a flop? Or am I thinking of something else? This should be the game. Wasn't this in initial release? 2016? I guess not. I guess I'm missing stuff. Also, March 7th? What a terrible present. Also assisted development in games such as Star Wars Outlaws, Skull and Bones, and Far Cry 5. Well, we know that Outlaws and Skull and Bones are massive flops, at least. I'm not blaming these guys. They probably didn't help. And say they, and its previous ownership by Activision. Lamington was best known for its DG Hero games, before it was put to work on the publisher's Guitar Hero and Call of Duty franchises. Ubisoft then acquired the firm in 2017. For the teams that have been downsized, Ubisoft Düsseldorf is best known for developing Anno and the Settlers. I think people like Anno, at least the old ones, right? While Ubisoft Stockholm most recently worked on Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, with Massive Entertainment. The hell is this? 2022. I don't think this game was successful. Try Avatar Frontiers of Pandora for free right now? It was July. I guess it wasn't that successful. Sad. Here's some reflections. The veteran team originally founded in 1984. Is this a joke? I acquired by Ubisoft in 2006. Has been working closely with Lamington supporting AAA game development. Ubisoft's latest layoffs come as the company continues to try and cut costs after a string of disappointing game launches, including the failure of big-budget bet Star Wars Outlaws, the shutdown of live service shooter X-Defiant. I was mixing The Division with X-Defiant. Uppercase D, okay? They all look the same to me. And repeated delays to Assassin's Creed Shadows amidst wider concerns for the film's future. Yeah, we'll see if they survive this year. They might, but just barely. Ubisoft has repeatedly reduced its headcount since 2022, when it employed 20,279 people. By the end of September 2024, Ubisoft employed 18,666. Is this a joke? I'm looking at some funny numbers here, I don't understand. And also, 18,000 is probably way too much still. Way too much because clearly they don't have good people working for them. By their own admission. Oh look, Assassin's Creed Shadows. And most people have never made a game. And sure, you should always have fresh blood. That's too much fresh blood. And lo and behold, game looks like trash. Earlier this month, Ubisoft said it was taking decisive steps to reshape the company in order to review and pursue various transformational, strategic and capitalistic options to extract the best value for stakeholders. Stakeholders, they keep saying that, and that's the problem. Oh my goodness, stakeholder capitalism. And people think, oh well, that's just a different name for shareholder. It's not. Stakeholder could mean literally anyone. Because shareholder, it's easy to understand, right? People that own shares of the company. Understandable. They're putting their money on the line. Sure, that makes sense. It also helps funding. Usually. What is a stakeholder? I think I've explained this many times. I will explain it again, and again. A stakeholder is anyone that could be affected by the company's activities. That means customers, that means providers, that means employees, that means people around the company's HQ, like physically around. It could mean literally anyone. And they keep trying to appeal. They keep trying to extract the best value for stakeholders, as they say here. But why would you do that? You cannot appeal to literally everyone. That doesn't make any sense. Also, it's not making them money. Reports previously suggested Ubisoft was keen to take the company private by investment from Chinese giant Tencent, Although company boss Yves Guillemot wanted to retain overall control, as allegedly proving a sticking point. So I guess at the end of the day he was not in cahoots with Tencent, which is also funny because now we don't understand what's going on. Alliance now turned to the upcoming launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows, March 20th, whose success has never seemed more vital. Yep. Yeah, I do remember. Early last year, early 2024, I've seen some people saying, people don't understand, but Ubisoft needs like a breakthrough game, something that's really successful this year, that was 2024, because money-wise, they're struggling. They didn't. They were expecting, perhaps, Skull and Bones, quadruple-A gaming. It was a disaster. Probably a bigger disaster than Concord, some people say. It has more or less the same numbers at the end of the day. Maybe Star Wars Outlaws, because Star Wars is its big name, it didn't happen. Maybe Assassin's Creed Shadows, it didn't happen, it got pushed back. So this is their, dare I say, Final Fantasy. Well, if they crash and burn, at least that would be entertaining. Finally. Something entertaining from Ubisoft. Games? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, Nvidia, what's been happening with Nvidia? Well, it's been rough for them. Take a look here to the side real fast. Okay. Nvidia. A couple of articles. I've seen some stuff on Twitter too about this. Nvidia stock route is just the beginning of more pullbacks that could be multiple times larger, Blackstone author says. From Markets Insider, I think they know a little bit what they're talking about. Nvidia's 70% sell-off could be the beginning of a larger pullback, Nassim Taleb said. And I'm not sure if that was a sell-off or a massive crash in stocks. It's a lot of money that apparently was just gone with the wind. This double-digit decline could be just a taste of what's to come for investors, with another pullback multiple times as large in the cards, said Nassim Taleb, the author of the Black Swan. Taleb, an advisor of the hedge fund Universal Investments, cautioned that Nvidia's rout, which wiped out almost 600 billion USD from the chip giant's market cap, could be followed by further large declines in the stock. 600 billion USD. That's higher than Austria's GDP. Insane. Hey, how you doing, Abraham? We're reading news today. Apparently Nvidia not doing so great. They're losing a lot of money. It's not only just Nvidia. It was pretty much everything going down. But this is a massive crash. 600 billion? That's a lot of money. That's absolutely in line with what you can expect. I mean, I think about it. Something goes from 1 to 10, goes back to 9, people freak out, Taleb told Bloomberg on Tuesday. I think this is going lower than 9, way lower, okay? Even if they say 70%, well, 70% is higher than 10%, obviously. But at the same time, the same guy is also... Or was it? Could be just the beginning. Well, that's bad. This has been seen as a really safe investment for, God, 10 years, maybe more. No sacred cows, I guess. Amid a broader sell-off fueled by DeepSeek on Monday, Nvidia stock shed 17% and it raised 589 billion USD from its market cap for the worst single-day loss of value in history. Their history or history in general, I'm not quite sure. It is, once again, it's a lot of money. Their market loss exceeded 1 trillion at the end of Monday's session. Yep, I think these articles have the graphics, which is a little bit annoying. It's really easy to see, and if you go to Yahoo Finance, which I did while looking at this, pretty much everything was down, except oil. How curious. But the left said the decline was relatively minor, considering the stock's meteoric rise in recent years. Also fair. Crypto raising money sell-off as just a small setback. You're building everything on the hope that people will use chips, and investment will not come from software or someone figuring out a better idea or some other method, which is what happened. It's a hint of what is to come, Taleb said. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, if that was the case, prices would be going down. I think I mentioned this before. I have a friend that is trying to build a new PC. He's looking at GPUs. He's been looking at GPUs for months. He's getting a little bit too deep into sauce. And I was like, look, this happened. Maybe, and only maybe, prices will go down. Do you know that prices are going up? Thanks, scalpers. So cool. He showed me a clip of a guy talking about that. Yeah, you have people scalping this already, trying to sell the newer GPUs, the 50 series, which is the newest one, for 5,000 USD. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Nvidia's poll will illustrate how fragile markets are, Taleb added. He pointed to how heavily investors were concentrating in a small corner of the market. Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, sure, and Broadcom accounted for nearly half of all giants in the S&P 500 in 2024, according to analysis from Goldman Sachs. You know why you have so many investors in those companies? Because they are safe investments, or they have been safe investments for a long time, especially Nvidia. I guess Apple makes sense, I guess Amazon makes sense, I guess Alphabet makes sense. I don't know what Broadcom is. Does it make sense? Probably. There's also, I don't know if it's a website or a phone app that lets you check in real time investments made by Nancy Pelosi. So you can just copy that. That kind of people never, well, never. They try to never lose money, so it's usually really safe. They also indulge into insider trading. We've seen that before. So probably they were investing in Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, and Broadcom, among others. Also probably S&P 500 is usually really safe in general. I don't know too much about the investment, okay? This is not advice. If you invest and lose money, it's your fault. But if you make money, you have to pay me, okay? Isn't that how it works? People also tend to underestimate how volatile tech stocks can be in a single trading day. Taleb said, referring to stocks in the sector as great swans. Look, if it's safe for about 10 years, people are going to consider it to be just safe in general. And maybe it's wrong. There's the beginning, Taleb added, beginning of an adjustment of people to reality, because now they realize, now, it's no longer flawless. You have a small little chip on the glass, now they realize, oh, it's not infallible, maybe you should revise. Also, the plebeians making money, the powers that be don't like that. Why would they? They've said the Chinese startup whose AI model rivals US peers, despite being trained with older generation chip tech, has fueled concerns over the artificial intelligence trade in the US. In particular, the seller highlighted concerns over two key risks that investors have mostly overlooked until now: stretch valuations and heavy AI spending by large-cap US tech firms. I, I think that's fair. Heavy AI spendings, yeah. I mean, AI is just in right now, and they're trying to brute force it, as far as I know, instead of trying to make it more efficient. And you could do both, and it could be fantastic. Mark Spitznagel, funny name, Chief Investment Officer of Universe Investments, the hedge fund Taleb advises, has compared the run-up in tech stocks in recent years to the dot-com bubble. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know too much about the dot-com bubble, but I remember people talking about that. And that the market now looks to be in the greatest bubble in human history. That's a little bit dangerous, not gonna lie. That's quite dangerous. However, a lot of people are jumping ship because DeepSeek, so good, what's going on here? And it comes from China. I think it pays off really good to be cautious of China every single time. So, from the BBC, DeepSeek, the Chinese AI app that has the world talking. I've seen some people trying DeepSeek, and apparently it's not that good. I've seen some comparisons to older ChatGPT, so it's not that good, which is always funny. A Chinese-made artificial intelligence model called DeepSeek has shot to the top of Apple Store downloads, stunning investors and sinking some tech stocks. Some? I guess 17% is just some, even though it's a lot of money. Buy the dip. Buying the dip could be good. Could be. Once again, it's not advice. The latest version was released on January 20th, quickly impressing AI experts, but it got the attention of the entire tech industry and the world. US President Donald Trump said it was a wake-up call for US companies who must focus on competing to win. What makes DeepSeek so special is the company's claim that it was built at a fraction of the cost of industrial leading models like OpenAI, because it uses fewer advanced chips. Yeah, if they steal technology, that's gonna happen. Oh, but it's open source. It's open source. Yeah, are we sure? I don't know. I have to admit, AI is way outside my field of expertise here. Okay, they mentioned the crash, we know. The MCA also raises questions about Washington's supports to contain Beijing's push for tech supremacy, given that one of its key restrictions has been a ban on the export of advanced chips to China. Which makes sense. But at the same time, now they're being forced to optimize their shit. And that could be dangerous. Yeah, the US keeps building their strongest enemies. Sexual insanity. Beijing, however, has doubled down, with President Xi Jinping declaring AI a top priority. Yeah, they're not going to stop, also. Even if in the West you can be like, okay, but what about copyright? Because they're using copyrighted materials for training. That's not gonna be a thing in China. In startups like DeepSeek, are crucial as China's pivots from traditional manufacturing, such as clothes and furniture, to advanced tech, chips, electric vehicles, and AI. So, what do we know about DeepSeek? DeepSeek Energy. What is artificial intelligence? Do we know? Maybe we don't actually know. AI can, at times, make a computer seem like a person. I've seen people nowadays. I'm not impressed. A machine uses the technology to learn and solve problems, typically by being trained on massive amounts of information and recognizing patterns. The end result is software that can have conversations like a person or predict people's shopping habits. In short, I've seen AI being used in healthcare and whatnot, and that seems really useful, okay? But let's be real. It's just like a person. Give me something better. In recent years, it has become best known as the tech behind chatbots such as ChatGPT and DeepSeek, also known as generative AI. There are different types of generative AI, so it's also a little bit strange just to call it generative AI. I think they are generating, what, fake images? Oh, man. These programs again learn from huge swaths of data, including online text and images, to be able to make new content without a hint of nuance. I mentioned this before and I will mention this again. I remember reading, this was months ago, was it during the summer maybe? Perhaps even before that. That for some reason, people were using AI in a legal case. And they brought up a similar case as a, well, this happened before, so it can happen again. Kind of deal. That case was not real. That case was completely made up. So there's also a lot of problems with that. Oh, it's just like a person. Well, people are often wrong. So is AI often wrong? At least sometimes. But they still can create falsehoods and often repeat the biases contained within their training data. Yeah, for a while, I think it was GPT-4 was actually evolving backwards with image generation because it was getting AI images into the datasets, so it was being trained to be worse because the mistakes were stacking on top of each other. Funny. Funny but also sad. But I'm going to laugh at them. Millions of people use tools such as ChatGPT to help them with everyday tasks like writing emails, summarizing text, and answering questions. Others even use them to help with basic coding and studying. I've seen the types of people that use ChatGPT for menial tasks. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. This is creating the most dependent, the most stupid generation I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what this word means, right? I'm just going to ask ChatGPT. Don't you have a dictionary? That's an example, right? Also, people just summarizing text. People can't be asked nowadays to read a full article like this, and they will never catch the nuances of what they're trying to say with doublespeak. DeepSeek, what about doublespeak? Oh man. The more I learn about technology, the more I hate technology. And let's move on to technology. Can we have a jetpack at least? That sounds cool, not this bullshit. What is DeepSeek? DeepSeek is the name of a free AI-powered chatbot, which looks, feels, and works very much like ChatGPT. It could be ChatGPT. I have an article on that one too, okay? That means it's used for many of the same tasks. Though exactly how well it works compared to its rivals, it's up for debate. Yeah, I've seen people being quite disappointed. But for most people, for the plebeians, dare I say, AI, or just anything tech-related, is just magic. It's not magic, it's actually quite simple, it's actually quite less cool than you might think. It is reportedly as powerful as OpenAI's O1 model, released at the end of last year, in tasks including mathematics and coding. I don't think I would like to use AI for coding. I have a friend that works in a tech company. I don't think he does coding, not anymore. He just does server stuff. He likes that. I don't know why, but he does, okay? And last time we hung together, he told me about how younger people just use AI for literally everything and didn't even understand just easy solutions like why not reboot it, or are you sure you are connected to it, like physically with a wire or a cable? If the AI doesn't give them the answer they don't understand, that means they're stupid. Using tools, always good, but they're being carried by the tools. By themselves, they are completely brain damaged. And I fear it's only going to get worse. Also, which doesn't have anything to do with DeepSeek or AI, but I guess it has to do with Ubisoft. I was talking about the new Assassin's Creed Shadow stuff with my mother, and I was mentioning the huge bugs they have, and she was wondering, right? Maybe they were using AI. I was like, you know what? I can't believe it. I can actually believe it. It is that bad that I can't believe that. It's only gonna get worse. God, I hate society. Like R1 is a reasoning model. This models produce responses incrementally, simulating a process similar to how humans reason through problems or ideas. It uses less memory than its rivals, ultimately reducing the cost to perform tasks. Uses less memory than its rivals. Sure. Why is that? Maybe because they didn't have to train it? That could be the case. Is it more optimized? Perhaps that's also the case. Like many other Chinese AI models, Baidu's Ernie or Taobao by ByteDance, I thought that was illegal. DeepSeek is trained to avoid politically sensitive questions. Yeah, you cannot ask them about Taiwan, which makes sense. When the BBC asked the app what happened at Tiananmen Square on June 4th, 1989, DeepSeek didn't give any details about the massacre, a taboo topic in China. Yeah? Yeah, once again, if it comes from China, it's going to have the Chinese ideology. Welcome to the communist country. That's so funny. It replied, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question. I'm an AI assistant designed to provide helpful and harmless responses. Chinese government censorship is a huge challenge for its AI aspirations internationally, but DeepSeek's base model appears to have been trained by accurate sources. Not from news, obviously. One introducing a layer of censorship or withholding certain information being additional safeguarding layer. Yes, but that happens literally everywhere. It's not China. How many times have we seen, at least on social media, strange stuff that AI says, God, it was a huge thing. It was months ago. Was generative images? Was it? I think it was GPT, right? I might be mistaken. Like, sure, generate me an image of the founding fathers. Not a single white guy. I don't know about you, but I do believe that George Washington was a really white guy. I don't think he was black at all. That's a problem. It's a really strong tool. That means it's gonna be really helpful for propaganda. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of propaganda. DeepSeek says it has been able to do this cheaply. Cheaply. Sounds funny. Researchers behind it claim it cost 6 million USD to train, a fraction of the over 100 million allowed to by OpenAI boss Sam Altman when discussing GPT-4. Also, isn't this guy not only a scammer, isn't he going to work with the US government? With AI stuff? I don't know how to feel about that. Sure, not my cancer, not my problem, but still. I don't think that's a good idea. DeepSeek's founder reportedly built up a store of NVIDIA's A100 chips, which have been banned from export to China since September 2022. They just had them laying around, okay? Some experts believe this collection, which some estimates put at 50,000, led him to build such a powerful AI model by pairing these chips with cheaper, less sophisticated ones. Does that make any sense? I have no idea. Maybe. Same day, DeepSeek's AI system became the most downloaded free app on Apple's App Store in the US. It was hit with large-scale malicious attacks, the company said, causing the company to temporarily limit registrations. Was it really large-scale malicious attacks, or were you not prepared for so many people? Because that can happen, okay? Also hit by outages on its website on Monday. Who is behind DeepSeek? China! Next point. DeepSeek was founded in December 2023 by Liang Wenfeng and released its first AI large language model the following year. The match is now with Liang, which graduated from Zhejiang University with degrees in electronic information engineering and computer science. And he now finds himself in the international spotlight. He was recently saying at a meeting hosted by Chinese Premier Li Qiang, reflecting DeepSeek's growing prominence in the AI industry. Unlike many American AI entrepreneurs who are from Silicon Valley. Yeah, that's another can of worms. Mr. Liang also has a background in finance. He is the CEO of a hedge fund called High Flyer, which uses AI to analyze financial data to make investment decisions. If that works, that's actually quite dangerous. What is called quantitative trading. In 2019, High Flyer became the first quant hedge fund in China to raise over 100 billion yuan, which sounds like a lot of money, but apparently it's only 30 million USD. Yeah, is the yuan that weak in comparison? In his speech he gave that year, Liang said, if the US can develop its quantitative trading sector, why not China? China not allowed. Shut up. In a rare interview last year, he said China's AI sector cannot remain a follower forever. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I agree, that makes sense. He went on, often we see there's a 1 or 2 year gap between Chinese and American AI, but the real gap is between originality and imitation. If this doesn't change, China will always be a follower. Yeah, I think that's fair. You don't want to be a follower, no matter the country. Asked why DeepSeek's model surprised so many in Silicon Valley, he said, their surprise stems from seeing a Chinese company join their game as an innovator, not just a follower, which is what most Chinese firms are accustomed to. I mean, Chinese are really good at copying, so that would make sense. Australia's Science Minister has raised some doubts over the security of the app. Yeah, what did you expect? It's China. It's gonna happen. There are a lot of questions that will need to be answered in time and quality, consumer preferences, data, and privacy management. Head Hussir told ABC. Husik, not Hussir. I know how to read, I promise. I would be very careful about that. This type of issues need to be weighed up carefully. How are US companies like NVIDIA hit? I think it's obvious, but sure. Let's read this too. DeepSeek's achievements undercut the belief that bigger budgets and top-tier chips are the only ways of advancing AI. It's not the only way, but if you have good chips and also good code, it's gonna be better. I know, what a concept. Good code in the West nowadays, impossible. A prospect which has created uncertainty about the future of high-performance chips. DeepSeek has proven the cutting-edge AI models can be developed with limited compute resources, says Wei Sun, principal AI analyst at Counterpoint Research. In contrast, OpenAI valued at 157 billion USD. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a company that new. Present scrutiny over its ability to maintain a dominant edge in innovation or justify its massive valuation and expenditures without delivering significant returns. Yeah, when ChatGPT 4 released, people were saying that GPT-3 was much better. I don't know how the newer versions are, so not making a judgment on those. The company's possibly lower costs roiled financial markets on January 27th, leading to tech-heavy Nasdaq to fall more than 3%, in a broad sell-off that included chip markers and data centers around the world. Data centers. It's strange to read. I understand what they mean. It's for data sets and whatnot. They can only think call centers, which are not the same. They shouldn't be the same, at least. It appears to have been hit the worst as the stock price plunged 70% on Monday, before slowly beginning to recover on Tuesday. Roughly 4% by midday. They're not doing that hot. They're not actually recovering. Chip maker had been the most valuable company in the world, when measured by the market capitalization, but fell to third place after Apple and Microsoft on Monday, with market value shrunk to 2.9 trillion from 3.5 trillion, Forbes reported. Well, we saw 600 billion, which is a huge amount of money. I wouldn't mind getting for free a fraction of that, okay? Nobody would, honestly. DeepSeek is a privately owned company, which means investors cannot buy shares of a stock on any of the major exchanges. Hold up. It's a private company, but the project is open source? That sounds really suspicious to me. I think there's something strange going on. China celebrated DeepSeek's impact. Deep Impact, good movie. DeepSeek's rise is a huge boost for the Chinese government, which has been seeking to build tech independent of the West. Sure, makes sense. You shouldn't be dependent of the US. Even if you're not Chinese. While the Communist Party is yet to comment. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna say anything. Chinese state media was eager to know that Silicon Valley and Wall Street giants were losing sleep over DeepSeek, which was overturning the US stock market. Not because the quality of the AI, but just because the money. Obviously. In China, DeepSeek's advances are being celebrated as a testament to the country's growing technological progress and self-reliance. That's Marino Zhang, an associate professor at the University of Technology, Sydney. That doesn't sound like an Australian name. Crikey. The company's success is seen as a validation of China's Innovation 2.0, a new era of homegrown technological leadership driven by a younger generation of entrepreneurs. But she also warned that the sentiment may also lead to tech isolationism. Not only that, but the US was trying to crack down on Chinese stuff, right? TikTok ban, for example. Do you really think this is not gonna get banned? Not right now, but maybe in the future. That could happen. That could happen. But it's China. Not everything is as beautiful as they tell you, necessarily. I haven't read this article, so bring up salt for now. From Financial Times. OpenAI says it has evidence China's DeepSeek used its model to train competitor. Yeah, that would make sense. Why wouldn't you use something that's already trained if you don't care about copyright? OpenAI says it has found evidence that Chinese artificial intelligence startup DeepSeek used the US company's proprietary models to train its own open source competitor, as concerns grow over a potential breach of intellectual property. Good luck with that. China doesn't care. The San Francisco-based ChatGPT maker told the Financial Times it had seen some evidence of distillation, a technique used by developers to obtain better performance on smaller models by using outputs from larger, more capable models. This allows them to achieve similar results on specific tasks at a much lower cost. So it's just like the light repackaging of GPT, potentially. Interesting. OpenAI declined to comment further on details of its evidence, which makes sense if they're trying to pursue legal action, obviously. In terms of service, instead users can copy any of its services or use output to develop models that compete with OpenAI. Good luck. China doesn't care. DeepSeek's release of its R1 reasoning model has surprised markets, as well excuse me, as well as investors and technology companies in Silicon Valley, due to its impressive performance on cognitive tasks. Its models have attained high rankings and comparable results to leading US models. If they get better results, maybe they have something actually. If it's just comparable, as they say, it could be just the light packaging. One person close to OpenAI, which could be anyone, said that distillation was a common practice in the industry, and highlighted that the company offers developers a way to do this, using its own platform. But said, the issue is when you're doing it to create your own model for your own purposes. Yeah, once again, China doesn't care. Why would they? DeepSeek did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Immediately, that makes sense. Doesn't mean anything, to be fair. Earlier, President Donald Trump's AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, said it is possible that IP theft had occurred. This is a technique AI called distillation, when a model learns from another model, and kind of sucks the knowledge out of the parent model, thanks to Fox News on Tuesday. And there's substantial evidence that what DeepSeek did here is they distilled the knowledge out of OpenAI models, and I don't think OpenAI is very happy about this. Sachs added, although he did not provide evidence. Can they actually pursue legal action here? They're going to try, at least, I'm pretty sure. They probably have a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, right now OpenAI has the backing of the US government. It's gonna be interesting. Wow, look at this. These silly Westerners getting duped by China. It keeps happening. DeepSeek said it is just 2048 NVIDIA H800 graphics cards and 5.6 million USD to train its V3 model with 671 billion parameters? I'm not quite sure. A fraction of what OpenAI and Google spent to train comparably sized models. Some experts point out how the model generated responses that indicated it had been trained on outputs from OpenAI GPT-4, which would violate its terms of service. Yeah, I saw it on social media, which, sure, grain of salt, but it's not nothing. I'm not gonna say it's a smoking gun, but it could be. It could be, with proper investigation, I suppose. Industry insiders say that, in reality, it is common practice for AI labs, both in China and the US, to use outputs from leading companies such as OpenAI. That is still illegal. That is against their TOS, I'm pretty sure. That is... Isn't that just literally piracy? I think it is. Industry leaders such as OpenAI have invested in hiring people to teach their models how to produce responses that sound more human. It is expensive and labor intensive. And industry insiders say it is common for smaller players to piggyback off their work. Yeah, I mean, if it's for personal use, whatever, right? It's not the case. This is not the case. It's a very common practice for startups and academics to use tools from human-aligned commercial LLMs like ChatGPT to train another model, said Ritwik Gupta, a PhD candidate in AI. PhD in AI, imagine! At the University of California, Berkeley. Yeah, I'm saying what's happening at this university. Not looking good. Let me get this human feedback step for free. It's not surprising to me that DeepSeek supposedly would be doing that the same. If they were, stopping this practice precisely may be difficult. He added, The practice also points to a emerging financial conundrum for frontier companies that are doing cutting-edge research in AI, on how they defend their technical edge. Other groups can piggyback off their models. Yeah, that's the problem with AI, since you don't have any kind of copyright law, truly. Sure, you can fuck people over with copyright, or without copyright, but they can fuck you up too. Well, imagine that, so unlucky. Chinese companies have quickly absorbed lessons from their US counterparts, while innovating approaches to maximize their limited number of chips, making it cheaper to train and run the models. Is it really? Is it really? Meanwhile, China-based companies and others are constantly trying to distill the models of leading USA companies. US AI companies. OpenAI added a new statement. We're engaging countermeasures to protect our IP. What about the other guy's IP, huh? Including careful process for which frontier capabilities to include in release models, and believe as we go forward it is critically important that we are working closely with the US government to best protect the most capable models from efforts by adversaries and competitors to take US technology. OpenAI is currently battling allegations of its own copyright infringement from newspapers and content creators, including lawsuits from the New York Times and prominent authors, accuse the company of treating their models on their articles and books without permission. AI is just a fucking massive mess when it comes to copyright and IP stuff. Holy shit, dude. It's just so strange. It's just insanity to me. I don't know how to properly explain this. It is that bad, man. It's that fucking bad. And sure, if you are regulations, you will have people moaning, ah, but other countries will not have regulations. Yeah, sure, but at the same time, aren't you actually infringing on your people's rights? Like, copyright, right? I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good. There might be a better solution, sure, but I don't think that's good. It's just messy. Regulation is always gonna be messy with this, I feel. And you will never have people happy because of regulation. But I think it is starting to become fully important. I don't know how to do it properly either, so who knows? Who knows? Now we can move on to censorship. I love it. Fuck, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I have here from Ubisoft. It's Japanese. Notice, currently Visa cards cannot be used for credit card payments on our online shopping site. MasterCard, I suppose, and JSV cards are still available, so please use those. We use cash on delivery, bank transfer, or net trade cash. We apologize for the inconvenience. We'll let you know as soon as there is any progress regarding the resumption of Visa card use. Wow, it keeps happening. I wonder why. Here we have a couple of threads from Ramblers of a Filipino Nerd talking about this. As it turns out, this was what King Akamatsu has been up to in an event with the cross-party Manga League. Initial Manga Archive was finally launched with the aim of preserving both original manuscripts and digital data for posterity, with Hideaki Anno as the main speaker. Is this thread? Yeah, this is the thread. Today, from 4 PM to general meeting, it's not a thread today. Okay, it was a couple of days ago, I feel. Yeah. From 4 PM, the general meeting of the cross-party Manga League of Parliamentarians on Manga, Anime and Games, was held. Thanks to the advance notice of the event, such as the rare colored illustrated publicity flyers, well-known speakers, and an exhibition of original manga manuscripts, the number of members of the association rose to 110 in one fell swoop. All ruling and opposition parties participated. This time alone, 60 members and 63 secretaries participated, making it a very lively event. And we began with... I guess we'll never know. With greetings from Minister Minoru Ihara, Minister Toshiko Abe, and Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi, indicating the high expectations for entertainment content. Next, Parliamentary Vice Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, Akamatsu. The Vice Minister, that's a no one, gave a speech, followed by an explanation of manga-related policies with the Agency of Cultural Affairs and the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry. Now we'll hear... Now we'll hear from the people in the industry. First up is Chiba Tetsuya-sensei. At the end of last year, Chiba-sensei became the first manga artist to receive the Order of Culture and was presented with a bouquet of flowers in celebration by the Manga Diet Members Association. Professor Chiba Tetsuya said, manga was once targeted in the anti-bad books movement. Bad books. Never once. What the hell? But now everyone chooses manga, anime, and games. I feel like most people do. Not Matt Wall, sadly, he's not Japanese, it's probably fine. He cooperates in demonstration projects to preserve original artwork for works such as Ashita no Yo. Manuscripts by other authors are also deteriorating and need to be properly preserved. Fair. For that reason, I really hope that the center will become a reality. He gave a lecture titled Next, Hiroki Morita, Kodansha, and Atsushihito, Shueisha from ABG, which deals with countermeasures against pirated manga, explained that the current situation of pirated copies in Vietnam and Indonesia. I added that there. The members of the Diet expressed surprise at the estimated amount of damage. At this point, the hall suddenly went dark, and the promotional video for Sig X started playing. Director Hideaki Anno was giving a speech. Director Anno said, the realization of the archive as soon as possible is a race against time. I would like the process to be completed in months rather than years. Fair, as soon as possible after all. There really aren't enough people on site, so production keeps getting delayed. The anime industry used to be said to be a black industry, but it has improved a lot now. I want the media to not only cover the bad things, but also the good things about the anime industry's economic situation. If there were tax credits and other tax incentives, like those in other countries, studios working hard on production could maintain their strength even a little. I hope for government assistance. Seems good. Seems good. He gave a lecture entitled... It's just funny wording. Regarding this hearings, the Agency for Cultural Affairs and the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry made comments. There were also questions from members of the ruling and opposition parties, and Ms. Machiko Satonaka and Mr. George Morikawa responded. The cropping is atrocious, let me serenade you. By the way, although the Manga Diet Members Association has often discussed the preservation of original manuscripts in the past, most of the Diet members have never seen an original manuscript. So this time, we made a special effort to exhibit real original manuscripts, such as Hajime no Ippo. Everything gonna be... boxing now? We also attached an explanation of the significance of preserving original manuscripts, which I think helped many Diet members and participants to deepen their understanding. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And on the anime industry. The anime industry used to have a dark image, but it has improved a lot now. I would like the media to not only focus on the negative aspects, but also to cover the positive aspects of the anime industry's economic situation. Yeah, and what a strange year, I think. have the car companies going after Japan constantly, so that's gonna be rough. Is this Evangelion? I think it is. I think I've seen the movie. Giving high grand the image of Hideaki Anno as the pessimistic, still loathing critic is among certain commentators, this can come as a surprise. That said, if you say the anime industry is better than it's being sold, he may be into something. I think they are pretty okay nowadays. Not everything is good, obviously, but some stuff is good. Also have Nintendo Store here. Was not expecting this. What sort of fraudulent use justifies pulling all foreign credit cards and PayPal access from Nintendo Store in Japan? Clearly, it was never going to end with doujins and otaku sites. Yeah, not good. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know exactly what this entails, but I think you are able to buy Japanese soldier stuff, which is actually good. Not anymore, I suppose. I might be wrong with this, okay? Nintendo ship and main Nintendo Store for Japan to no longer accept credit cards issued overseas and PayPal accounts opened overseas. Thank you very much for your continued patronage of our products. In order to prevent fraudulent use, the Nintendo eShop and my Nintendo Store for Japan will stop accepting credit cards issued overseas and PayPal accounts opened overseas from Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. We have time still. More than a month. For customers who have previously used overseas issued credit cards or PayPal accounts opened overseas, we ask that you please use other payment methods, such as credit cards issued in Japan from now on. We apologize for the inconvenience this may cause and appreciate your understanding. And you have this. A counter argument has emerged, claiming that it is simply countering scalpers and currency and change abuse. It could be the case, but I think it's gonna be a little bit unlikely right now. There's nothing suspicious of the recording about this in any way. Absolutely not. It's hard to tell, but the timing, right? And the timing is, at the very least, really unfortunate with what's been happening. So there's that. Hold up. Hey, there you go. Something was a little bit wrong. We also have more stuff that has to do with the cards. From Automaton Media, Japanese developers on Steam can't receive revenue from adult games due to Japanese banks blocking transfers. And I'm pretty sure the games are completely legal. So, what's going on here? As we revealed this week, the Japanese developers who are distributing adult-oriented games via Steam are facing issues when trying to receive their profits. It seems that Japanese banks are suddenly blocking such money transfers. Politician Yamada Toru, a member of the Diet's upper house, brought attention to the issue in his official Twitter account and a YouTube broadcast, in Japanese, obviously. As reported by Yamada, there have been numerous cases in which Japanese developers of adult-oriented games have been unable to transfer their profits from overseas, that is, from Steam's bank in the US, to a Japanese bank account. Both Japan's Financial Services Agency, FSA, which is responsible for banks, and the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, which overseas games have confirmed that the issue exists, literally confirmed by the government. And they will tell you, oh, nothing is happening, guys, nothing is happening. Well, this would be quite literally a bank transfer. So, I don't know, man, I don't know. But what's the reasoning behind this move by Japanese banks? I don't think it's by Japanese banks. In here with the FSA, reported on by GameSpark, the banks gave a vague answer, saying that it's not only because the games are intended for adults, rather, it's apparently a comprehensive decision based on laws such as the Item Prevention of Transfer of Criminal Proceeds and the Foreign Exchange of and the Foreign Trade Act. Is it really? I mean, it could be, but once again, the timing is a little bit inconvenient, I would say. However, Yamada argues that if these are legal, disclosed transactions, then they should be granted. He is currently working with the FSA and METI to try to find a solution to this issue. Makes sense. Also, criminal proceeds. It is Steam, right? I think that's why, right? His true profile, Yamal lists freedom of expression and digital policy among his specializations. When Otaku inside the site, Ailung had visa payments momentarily suspended on their site last December, he spoke out about the negative impact that this sudden, intransparent decisions by international payment processors have on legitimate businesses. These abrupt suspensions have become a hot topic in recent months, impacting video game developers, manga archives, and foreign sites. Recent months means more than a year. And one that we have covered heavily in Automaton West. I don't know exactly what I mean by this. It seems that Japanese banks are now becoming a problem for Japanese creators too. Considering that Japan is positioning anime and video games as its core industries for economic growth, and that makes sense, this move by Japanese banks seems counterintuitive. It will be interesting to see how this situation is dealt with. Yeah, really unfortunate, not gonna lie, really unfortunate. It should have any solution if they want to have it. But as per usual, I fear this is just about control. It often is. Which is ass. It's just ass. Okay, well, what else do we have here? This is weird. I don't know how something like this can happen. Shameless ripoff! Mario Strikers Soccer League appears on Xbox. What's the goal here? I guess it's just sticking to the man, also Xbox. Not doing that hot right now. And this is blatant AI. You can look at that, it's blatant AI. You have to wonder what's going on at some development studios. It's clear there are groups of people out there who are just looking to fool some gamers and make a quick buck. But how on earth do they expect to get away with things like this? The worst of all is that they can actually get away with that. Developer Light Games has launched Mario Strikers Soccer League on the Xbox. And one look at the image above tells you all you need to know. It's obvious through the name and artwork that devs are looking to cash in on Nintendo's success with both Mario and the Strikers franchise. And this is even meant to makers of the swords beyond us. There's probably no control. Feel like that happens a lot. Just look at the image above shows that many probably already suspected. The artwork is an AI-generated mess. The lackluster effort is found in the game's official description, which reads as follows. No way they did that. Dive into the thrilling world of arcade-style soccer with your game name here. Experience the excitement of 4v4 matches, where every player counts. With 10 unique and fun teams to choose from, you'll dribble, pass, and shoot your way to victory while defending your goal with a skilled goalkeeper. I'm not an expert. I don't think you can dribble in soccer, right? Isn't that basketball? I might be wrong here. We didn't put your game name here, not in the text. That's actually in the game's description. In other words, the devs even auto-generated a blurb about their knockoff title, and couldn't even be bothered to put the game's name in there. It's very likely this game will be yanked in the near future. Future. We'll keep testing its existence and let you know if anything happens. Like everybody destroy him. This is not blatant at all. If people pay for this, they deserve to be scammed. I'm gonna be that guy, I don't care. They deserve it. I think I need to blow my nose, I'm going to mute for a second. God damn, that was not good. Jeez. Ow. Ow. Still not perfect, okay? I might need to blow my nose again really soon. This is just impolite rip-off. It's insane that something like this could happen. I wonder if they can get sued for this. Who knows? Who knows, really? What else do you have here? You have some stuff. I think I need to fix my ear a second here. Hold up, I need to mute again, just in case. Okay, I think it's better. It might not be. It's annoying. Okay, what else do we have here? We have... I saw this, it was interesting. I don't know if this is real or not, but we can take a look at this. Do you guys like Dragon Ball? Do you guys like Dragon Ball games? I think they're cool. And apparently, there were plans to make another Legacy of Goku for GBA, but it never happened. They mention here Legacy of Goku 5. It wouldn't be 5, right? Unless there are counter transformations, I don't think they are. Let's take a look at this. Here are list files found in the archives from GameHistory.org, revealing 6th webfoot Dragon Ball game, 4th Legacy of Goku style, that follow up after GT transformations, featuring Super 117, all the Shadow Dragons, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Fusion, and more! That's pretty cool. I have some images here. I don't think this would be in-game graphics, but who knows. It was contacted... No. I was contacted by an acquaintance today, being told about this development. The still page document titled Dragon Ball GT 2? Is there a 2? Is that supposed to be a 2? I don't think so. Guess in summary, VO1 was posted today on game history. I don't know if this will lead me to the correct site. The following details below is a grain of salt, as I cannot 100% confirm this is legit. Which is fair, we don't really know. Oh, my uncle told me. He works for John Nintendo. I don't think that's enough. However, it does seem to follow suit with what Webfoot was going for. Be sure to read all of this as I have more juicy info at the end. Time to the document. Some features include fusing Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Goku into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think they meant Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku into Gogeta, right? Silly typo here. 8 playable characters, 2-player network multiplayer gameplay with GT-themed characters and arenas, and multiplayer puzzle solving and item trading. A special bonus area for 2 linked players. Had this here. Yeah, if you Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta to play as Gogeta. I mean, that was something you could do. Not Super Saiyan 4, obviously. But that was a mechanic already in Beerus Fury, so it makes sense. Gameplay covering the incredible GT storyline. Incredible. From Super 17 Saga through the Shadow Dragon Saga. Seems like a short game, not gonna lie. Take it to the next level of Super Saiyan fight extensively as Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Extensively? Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta? I'm pretty sure he transformed literally only once. But sure, 8 playable Trumbull GT characters. 8? That seems like a lot. Are they getting infusions? Awesome boss battles, double portraits, reflecting character emotions. That was nothing new, but sure. Regular and energy blocking. Wasn't that a thing in Beerus Fury? Maybe only regular blocking. Use Goku's mighty Dragon Punch attack. Do they mean the Dragon Fist? It's video, character sounds. Okay, seems cool. Playable characters: Goku, Pan, Vegeta, Gogeta, and Force Fighters: Trunks, Goten, Gohan, and Oob. Playable Oob. That's cool. Gameplay. The formula for the game is a continuation of the successful adventure/RPG model of the previous Legacy games. The incredible storyline and depth of the characters in GT allows the game to be developed in a manner that emphasizes the strategy element of gameplay. Strategy? Was there any? While bringing to life the exhilarating adventure of GT. They keep hyping up GT. It was just okay. It was just okay. There are 8 playable characters: Goku, Pan, Vegeta, Gogeta, and First Fighters: Trunks, Goten, Gohan, and Oob. GT Goten is playable. I mean, sure. I feel like half of them are gonna be trash. Maybe not half, but yeah, like it hurts to say this, but Trunks, Goten, and Gohan. They weren't that relevant in GT. It was a Goku time after all. The boss battles found in this final GT game are truly dynamic. GBA hardware will be pushed to its limit to show the massiveness of the fights, and to reflect the huge scope of the moves of Super 17 and the 7 Shadow Dragons. Oh, maybe it's big energy attack deflection. Wow, that could be really cool. Animation bonus areas and whatnot. Engine, playable characters, sure. The player will permanently play as Goku to fight Super 17 and the 7 Shadow Dragons. By accomplishing certain quests, or the Sea Fighters, Goten, Trunks, Gohan, Oob, become unlocked for playing or to battle the enemies released from Hell. Okay, that's fine, sure. I hope it's main quest and not side quest. It's gonna come out, guys. It's gonna be great. Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta are available to fight the Omega Shenron, by the way. In the final battle against the Omega Shenron occurs, the player needs to fuse Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku to form Gogeta in order to be victorious. But he didn't actually win. Overview. Okay, How's the cropping here? Is it too bad? It's just okay. Beautiful. You have Super Saiyan 3, Giant Ape, and Super Saiyan 4. Goku is able to transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Is able to fight Super 17 and the Shadow Dragons as Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, Bang. Although Bang is unable to go Super Saiyan, gosh, she's gonna be weak. She's a formidable fighter, and her Saiyan powers that are evident throughout the game. Bang goes with Goku to collect the Dragon Balls held by the 7 evil dragons. And I'm pretty sure these screenshots are maybe from the anime, maybe watered down version. Giru, Vegeta, and Gogeta. God, not that one for Vegeta, come on. That's disgusting. He is an unplayable character in this game that follows around the main characters and assists them as needed. He enters the Dragon Raider and takes over the functions of the Dragon Raider to get the player. When teamed up with Bang, Gear is able to fire several different special weapons, including a laser beam, rockets, and a bomb. To recharge these weapons, Gear hits metal objects. In certain quests, Bang must direct Gear in order for the quest to be accomplished. Okay, she has some gimmicks then. That's okay. Vegeta Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 4. No Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta becomes a playable character later in the game and is able to achieve Super Saiyan. Eventually, Vegeta gains the ability to become a Super Saiyan 4. We have Gogeta, the efficient form of Goku and Vegeta. This form is capable of being Super Saiyan 4. He should be just Super Saiyan 4 in this context. That may be too much for the game, who knows. Trunks, along with the other Sea Fighters, fights Goku's old enemies that are released from Hell by Dr. Gero. And it's just the same for everyone here. Okay. I mean, it's not just Ub, okay? It should be Majub at this point. Past the villain's overview. Look at the cell! Look at this Frieza! Holy! What the hell? What hell does to a guy, huh? The evil creator of the Anderson Cell. In the afterlife, Dr. Gero teams up with Dr. Mew to create the ultimate Android Machine mutant Super Android 17. In order to prevent the destruction, Dr. Gero and Mew allow many of Goku's enemies from the past to escape from the afterlife, including Nappa, the Guinea Force, and General Rildo. Goku fights Frieza and Cell in Hell. Hell for infinite losers! Oh my god, it's Hell, okay, it's just Hell. Super 17. That's Hell Fighter 17, right? God, hold up. Stop it. We had some time without bots, but now they're attacking me constantly. It's so annoying. Leave me alone. Why must they suffer like this? It's not fair. I'm pretty sure this guy is not Super 17, but Hell Fighter 17, right? When Dr. Mew and Gero combine their duplicate Android 17 with the original 17, it creates a powerful new fighter called Super 17. What a name! What is next? Super Saiyan? Super the making? God, I think that's been done already. In Shenron, drunk with the power of pollution, drunk with the power to create earthquakes, it's drunk with the power of electricity, it's drunk with the power of water and wind. Wow. With the power of fire, power of ice, insane Shenron, finally. The ultimate Shenron uses the power of all the Dragon Balls combined. When he possesses all 7 cracked Dragon Balls, he is in the form of Omega Shenron. Well, he is cracked. It's just so silly. Story outline. And the fact that you don't have the actual Grand Tour part, I think would hurt the game. But, to be fair, that was in transformations, I think. I've seen some gameplay, it looks really scuffed. Never played on my own. Called Dragon Ball Adventures, the game is filled with quests to masters. Quests to masters, what does that mean? Puzzle to solve, and enemies to battle. The following is a brief summary of the major story points from GT, upon which gameplay is created. The game begins with an introduction of how the prior GT game ended, with the explosion of the Earth, and also the explanation as to why Goku in a childlike state, yet retains his powers. Gameplay begins with a World Tournament in search for Hercules' successor. It's here that the players will learn the basic moves and gameplay elements. I guess that makes sense, also. Goku loses that fight. Insanity, I know. The revenge of the doctors! Yeah, it could be now. It could be modern society. That good girl is in hell with Otomiu. They come up with a plan for revenge against Goku. They create an android who is identical in every way to Android 17. They even have the same key they stated in the anime, even in the Japanese dub. That's the point, they don't have key. That pissed me off. Not gonna lie. But to merge these two into one. The existence of these two androids creates a tear in the fabric of existence. Was it really? I don't remember. The door between the other world and the real world is created. Suddenly, all of Goku's old enemies are attacking the Earth. The player has to defeat them as one of the Z fighters. Goku is threatened to go into hell, where he fights his old enemies, Frieza and Cell. To save Earth, Goku must return to fight Super 17, the android created when the two Android 17s combine. The player must defeat Super 17 and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Can you say Super a little bit more? I thought this was GT! And is able to use the mighty Dragon Punch attack. Did they mean the Dragon Fist? I think you could use the Dragon Fist in Bios Fury, right? It's been a while, I've only played that game once. The Evil Dragon Ball Quest. This is not the Evil Balls. Ah, fuck, excuse me. Yeah, my throat. It's dying a little bit here. When the fighters try to wish the victims of Super 17 back to life, something goes wrong. The Dragon Balls crack, and a strange and familiar dragon comes out of the Dragon Balls. The Black Smoke Dragon. The Black Smoke Dragon refuses to grant wishes, and instead creates 7 evil dragons, each with its own Dragon Ball. King Kai explains that every time they have used the Dragon Balls, they have allowed evil to enter, and over the years, the evil has built up, causing the Dragon Balls to become corrupted. Which, to me, doesn't make any sense, because most of the wishes are actually good in nature. Also, should it be King Kai or Elder Kai? I don't remember enough, not gonna lie. The player, as Goku and Pan, must find the evil dragons that are destroying the Earth, and take their Dragon Balls by battling and defeating them. Each evil dragon has different powers, and each battle is unique and exciting. It's gonna be a great game, guys. Along the way, the player must search for parts for a machine for Bulma. The machine allows Vegeta to become Super Saiyan 4. The final dragon the fighter steals all the Dragon Balls and turns to the ultimate Omega Shenron. It seems the only way to defeat this dragon is for Goku and Vegeta to use the fusion technique to become Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The player is able to use the fusion technique to use Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to create Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I've said this so many times already, I'm choking. And defeat Omega Shenron. Oh, hold up, this is not what happens though. After defeating Omega Shenron, the good Shenron returns. It was the Universal Spirit Bomb, I remember that. He tells Goku that he will not grant any more wishes for 100 years. He tells Shenron that he will trade his life for one last wish. He wishes everything will return to the way it was before the evil dragon showed up. Shenron agrees to the wish. Goku climbs the back of Shenron, absorbs the 7 Dragon Balls, and disappears into the clouds. Shouldn't he have been better before Super 17? But I guess that's the case, right? Because Krillin comes back to life. I think? I think. Doesn't matter. The game is not real. As in prior Legacy games, this game has unique character portraits which reflect the emotion of the scene. Cool. Continued. World map. The gameplay. Why is it separated? I don't like it. takes place almost entirely on the planet Earth, so world map is available to move about the planet, similar to the map used in Legacy 2 and 3, even though Legacy 3 was called Boost Fury. The player networking to allow a second player with a Game Boy Advance and a copy of the game to link to the first player. And supported by Nintendo, a wireless link capability will also be included. Oh, that's actually really impressive. Really ambitious, not gonna lie. As this Pokemon now, in order to reach certain special bonus levels in the game, it is a requirement that two players link it together to solve extra puzzles outside the game. It requires a joint effort. Joint effort? In my Dragon Ball game, that doesn't make any sense. There are special arena areas where linked players can spar against each other. All characters unlocked by either player are available for play by both players when linked. That's so generous, I suppose. Once the link is disconnected, each player has available only the locked characters that he had before the link was made. Fair. By having the puzzles and levels outside the game, after the main game, players who play singly are still able to complete their entire game. A 5-second intro video of the primary characters is included. Only 5 seconds. The game includes character sounds such as shouts, grunts, and exclamations, and threatening sounds for all the special effects. The game has at least 10 to 15 hours of gameplay for the average gamer. And additional gameplay if all of the quests and extras are played to the fullest. 10 to 15, such a long game. These games are not that long, to be fair. Based on my experience with the prior Legacy games, this game can be done with the 64 megabit cartridge. That's a lot for a GBA, actually. What do you guys think? Apparently, there might be very early designs / prototypes of this lost Legacy of Goku 4. If true, and if they are released, I will be sure to update with visuals. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. But that was never a thing. I don't know why. I guess transformations didn't sell enough. I mean, some of these games are quite hit or miss, sadly. So I think it makes some sense. Ow. Shoulder, mate. But yeah, it'd be cool if you had someone working on a fan-made version of this. I don't think it's gonna happen, right? It'll be a lot of work, and I don't think it has a lot of community behind. I think there are beloved games, but I don't think I mentioned this before. Maybe I did. Months ago, I got recommended on YouTube a Japanese stream, actually, of Legacy of Goku 2, and I do like that game. I think it's actually pretty good. And the streamer in question called it a kusoge, that means a crappy game. So maybe it was not that big outside of some parts of the West. Sad, but I guess Japan has different standards. Maybe they couldn't get the rights for this either. Who knows? Who knows, really? And to finish for today, we're gonna finish with this. I have two articles. This is quite short. You know what? How about we get into some DEI bullshit first, okay? I was waiting for this. Do you guys remember Perfecta? I do. They're back again with their BS. And they're recommending to do the exact same thing they've been recommending for more than a year. From LinkedIn, the fight isn't over. How leaders can respond to anti-DEI legislation. Over the past few years, companies have made historic commitments to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Unfortunately, we are now witnessing a devastating reversal. Some companies are cutting all DEI efforts, while others are renaming their programs. Oh no, not the renaming! Even though they cheer for the renaming, it's insanity. This isn't just a setback, it's unraveling years of progress. Disagree. Trump's executive order to end DEI programs and place all federal DEI employees on administrative leave show us we're in a dangerous shift. That's just for you, maybe. Especially because this is a DEI consultancy. Of course it's dangerous for them. Employee resource groups are being defunded or disbanded. They are professionals, many of them women and people of color. Why is that? Why would they care? Are losing their jobs. Oh no! Company leaders are trying to find protections for immigrant employees who could face deportation and criminalization. Why would you protect illegal immigrants? If they are legal immigrants, they're not going to be deported, okay? That makes sense. Trans employees are expected to show up to work every day while the government tries to deny their existence. That's not what's happening, but it's good for propaganda, I suppose. If anything, government with their two genders requirement is actually pushing for trans acceptance, right? If you're a trans woman, would you be describing yourself legally as a woman? Right? That would make sense to me. I cannot really understand these people, sadly. The very infrastructure designed to create equitable workplaces is being dismantled. Yes, and that is good. Equity is ass. For DI leaders and advocates, this is disheartening and infuriating. I hope it is. It's exhausting to fight for inclusion while watching companies abandon the commitments they once made. They are not really abandoning the commitments, though. They have to keep pushing forward as much as they can, even if they are lying. It is painful to see businesses treat diversity as expendable. It was never a trend to begin with. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course it was a trend to begin with. Because I'm a George Floyd. What do you mean by this? You're struggling to define what this means for the future of DEI and the future of your workplace. Know that you're not alone. You're getting the boot. Hopefully you're getting the boot. They're trying to not do it, to not get the boot, but they're gonna get the boot. They should get the boot, at least. But let's not forget, the need for equitable, inclusive workplaces has not changed. Fucking commies. Only the corporate and political landscape has. Employees still deserve a workplace where they feel valued, supported, and safe. Employees never deserved something like that. It was never a thing. Not even the evil white males, okay? I know what you're talking about. Businesses still benefit from diverse teams and inclusive cultures, whether our government acknowledges it or not. Citation, please. As far as I know, this is bullshit. And I have demonstrated how this is bullshit. The foundation of the AI has always been rooted in meritocracy. How the fuck can you lie so much? Now it's not. Now it's not. I have demonstrated that several times, okay? Shut up. Because it ensures that talent, skills, and potential, not bias or privilege, determine opportunity and success in the workplace. What a lot of bullshit! What a lot of bullshit! If they're actually talented, skilled, and they have potential, they would be hired. But no. You remember what happened in France? I don't remember that one. Oh, look at that! Look at that. It's not actually working. It's not actually working. Because, oh no, you have to do blind hiring. You cannot know if they are minorities or whatever. You have to just hire people because of their skills. And you know what happened? They started hiring more white people. I wonder why. I wonder why. Well, if they have the talent, and the skills, and the potential, that makes sense. At Perfecta, we've been researching, looking to our team, and speaking with our clients and community to impact the news and strategize our next steps. Ah, sure, tell me. Tell me in detail. You're getting reported and deported. Also, to the crystal. One thing is for sure, we refuse to retreat. See? They're not going out. The work remains just as urgent. And what we're experiencing right now proves how important our collective effort is. Leaders have the opportunity to do something innovative and bring a fresh approach to the work. So even when the federal government of the USA says, yeah, no whistle wording, you still have to look for the whistle wording, because these people don't care if it's illegal. So what should leaders focus on right now? Well, stay informed on legal compliance. The legal landscape around the EI is evolving, with some policies facing scrutiny and lawsuits. Rather than making immediate cuts, make sure your initiatives align with legal best practices. Legal? Legal? We'll see about that. Work with legal counsel to assess where adjustments are needed. But don't abandon ship. Don't reject the message. Many DI efforts such as fair hiring, pay equity, and inclusive leadership training remain both legal and essential in many industries. Pay equity shouldn't. Pay equity shouldn't. To be fair. That's just commie bullshit. Fair hiring? Yes, fair hiring doesn't mean more minorities. Even if you wanted to, it doesn't mean that. I'm sorry to tell you this. Inclusive leadership? I don't know, man. They keep saying inclusive, and we all know what they mean when they say inclusive. Because they said, yes, inclusion literally means less white people. Key actions. Review your DI policies with legal and HR teams to stay compliant without compromising impact. Make DI a core part of your business strategy, just like last year. Tied to performance, innovation, and employee retention. Tied to performance? You're gonna say good performance because DEI, it's not true. Stay updated on anti-DEI legislation on a daily basis. Changes happening fast. Need to blow my nose. Fuck. Fuck me. That's annoying. That's annoying. Get your executive leadership into the crystal. If DI is under threat in your organization, strong executive alignment is key. Business leaders need to understand that inclusion is not a nice to have, but a workplace performance driver. Bullshit. That affects retention, innovation, and engagement. If leadership is hesitant, focus on tying DI efforts directly to measurable business outcomes. Look, we're doing great, and that's because DEI. It's not. Provide data to the leaders on employee engagement, satisfaction, and performance gaps. Connect DEI to risk mitigation, that is, avoiding discrimination laws or reputational harm. Once again, whistleblowing is just nothing more than a leech. You can have that without DEI. Nothing new. Show how DI strengthens your employer brand by creating culture that appeals to top candidates and retains your best employees. But it doesn't. So that's just a lot of bullshit. Once again. Beautiful. Add out the language if necessary. In some workplaces, DI as a term is facing pushback. It shouldn't be as a term, it should be as an idea. If necessary, reframe the language without diluting the intent. Some companies are shifting to terms like workplace culture, belonging, or employee experience. Look, a couple new terms to look out for. They continue progress while navigating external pressures. Also, discrimination lawsuits. I don't think this is gonna be a thing anymore in the USA, which is funny. Didn't they take that down this week? Key actions. Assess whether rebranding DI initiatives will help maintain executive and employee buy-in. Make sure renaming efforts don't strip away accountability or impact. What does that mean? It means literally nothing. It's just soup. Soup, but disgusting. Communicate that the work is ongoing, no matter what it's called. I know. That's what I'm trying to end here, okay? Prioritize your well-being. Leading advice in the efforts in a polarized environment can be mentally and emotionally exhausting. Staying informed is important, but overexposure to negative news can lead to burnout. Oh, you need a hug box? No! God, I hate these people, they're so weak and pathetic. It's better for leaders and DA practitioners to find the balance between staying updated and maintaining personal well-being. Sustaining this work means we have to stay in our own health. Set boundaries around consuming news. Stay informed but don't feel the need to engage with every debate. Build a support network of fellow DI professionals to unpack the heaviness of the news and talk through ways to move forward together. Take advantage of the mental health resources available to you and develop self-care practices that fuel you mentally, emotionally, and physically. The future of DI, Perfector's here to help you adjust, not abandon. Don't worry, I will keep looking. I will keep looking at you. If you're leading DI efforts right now, know this. Your work is still valuable and very much needed. To help others navigate DI pushback and uncertainty, Perfecta will keep the conversation going. We're planning to hold a virtual event where members of the DI community can connect, share experiences and concerns, and talk through next steps together. Yeah, they're so annoying. They're so annoying, but as expected, they are not going away. Why would they? This is just communist bullshit at the end of the day. No, you have to understand. It is... DI has always been rooted in meritocracy. You know that's bullshit. We all know that's bullshit. Yet they keep saying it. I would go insane if I wasn't insane already. But sadly, I am already insane. So this doesn't affect me. I guess I can be immune to that. But it's funny. They keep trying to whistle word. Where was it? Where was it? Fuck me. Where was the... We know about belonging already, but workplace culture and employee experience are new terms. Really juicy. Really juicy. We have to make a list with all of the terms, dude. This is so ass. Oh man, now every time I end up saying something like workplace culture and employee experience, I'm gonna be like, oh, I know this. I know this. Red flag. The same as belonging. And the worst of all is that this shit isn't hard to follow. They're literally telling you what they are doing and what they want to do with companies. They're literally telling you, no, we have to change the name. Use... There's 3 terms. It's much better. Interesting. Now whistle wording. I'm gonna be looking at those 2. Fuck you. I should work for the US government, honestly. Let's finish for today with something funny at least, okay? Another fart news. News about farts. It keeps happening. UK woman charged in court for bombarding her lover's ex with videos of her farting. UK. The UK is something else. The jailing of Brandon Evans for sending Deborah Brythark, her boyfriend's ex. It's the first time a person has been jailed in the UK for cyber farting. Not good. Brandon Evans, a 25-year-old woman from the UK, on Wednesday pleaded guilty in the country's first ever cyber farting case. Rap bros are winning. Why? According to the report, she sent videos of herself passing gas to her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, Deborah Prythark. The court said it caused distress and anxiety to Deborah. Look, this is really silly, I agree, You can say, maybe this is some sort of abuse, bullying perhaps. You know what? Sure. Maybe. I've seen way worse. I don't like the UK. What's going on here? Secretary Diane Williams told the court that Rhiannon placed the camera under her bottom and passed gas, and then looked at the camera and thrilled while she continued to do so. This is what a kid would do. Sure, it is stupid. What? Miss Evans passed away with her face smiling at the camera, Williams said. Deborah claimed the videos made her feel unsafe in her own home. Oh no, not the fart videos. Not like this. It was purely malicious, Patrick told the court, and that Evans may have found the act amusing, but it left her deeply disturbed. Hold up. I know that I might be stupid, okay? But can't you just block this person? The first time, sure, it will get you off guard. Can't you block this person? I think most phones nowadays have that, right? Just walk away. It's that easy. In current ruling, Evans has been subjected to several penalties, including attending 15 rehabilitation sessions, undergoing 60 days of alcohol abstinence, monitoring, and a 2-year restraining order preventing her from further harassment. Just block them, dude. What? It's not like she's actually farting on you. Even that would be just as stupid, but sure. The judge also issued a clear instruction. Evans is no longer allowed to harass the victim in any manner. Evans sent 3 videos on December 22nd, and 4 more over the following days, including on Boxing Day and New Year's Day. She explained that she made the videos because she felt her partner was being treated unfairly. Isn't this literally 7 videos with farts? Just block them. Defending Evans, her ghost, said there are issues between Miss Evans' partner and his ex, Miss Prythrock, about child contact. Ghost added, Miss Evans had been drinking when she sent the videos. She didn't mean to cause distress, and now understands the harm they caused. Harm? Fart videos? I've seen way worse. What's going on with the UK? No, really, what's going on with the UK? Are they just this is stupid or what? Don't answer that. We all know the truth. Evans told the Sun that the sentencing was excessive. Yes. I never thought farting would land me in court. I think the sentence is a bit excessive and dramatic. We're living in a very snowflake generation. Okay, not wrong. I sent the messages on WhatsApp. I do have regrets, but I wouldn't have thought I would be here for something like this. To be honest, it's Patty. I learned my lesson. She was quoted as saying by the newspaper. Excuse me. I send the messages on WhatsApp. You can block people on WhatsApp. What's wrong with you, woman? No, they're harassing me. Block them. Block them. God. I hate the UK. I hate the UK. Why is that so bad over there? I don't understand. God damn it, man. Just block them. It's that easy. It's just 7 videos with farts. She's farting and grinning. No! She's harassing me. This is distressing. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? Back in my day, people went out and fought wars, okay? But now, no, not the farts. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it, and sure. If this was actual harassment, and she could do nothing about it. Sure. It's WhatsApp. Block them and move on. You absolute buffoon. What's wrong with you? You don't need to have your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend unblock on WhatsApp if she sends you stupid videos. What are you doing? How is this country real? And with this country I mean the UK. Thankfully, it's not my country. God, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with people? Jeez, what the hell? That's insane. Okay, that's just insane. Fuck me. UK, man. UK is something else. Anyway. I think this is everything I have for today, I'm afraid. So it's time for me to be ending for now. So, plan for next week. Monday. We go back to Ocarina of Time. I'm missing some stuff as a kid. And then we'll go 7 years into the future. I will try to rush Bigger Sword. I will have a guide on the side just for that. Because I want to do it as soon as possible to use the sword. As much as I can. I think that makes sense. Wednesday, we should have, unless something strange happens, we will start Super Pokemon EV Edition. I think that's gonna be interesting. Let's see how it goes. Thursday, we'll probably have another Ocarina of Time stream. Depends how it works. We're gonna repeat games. Might repeat Pokemon, might repeat Zelda. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel playing. And of course, Saturday will have more new stuff probably. The ride never ends. So yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you had some fun. I had some quite interesting news today, not gonna lie. And I will see you all on Monday. So, until then, you know the rules, and so do I. Take care.